Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining us here on this special with me, Nivedhana Prabhu. Now, India is shining at the Asian Games 2023. Now, it's day 2 of the Asian Games 2023 in Hangzhou in China, and India has won 2 gold medals already, one in shooting and the other in women's cricket. Now, India's 10-meter men's air rifle team earned the country's first gold medal at the Asian Games, and then it was time for the women to shine. They added another feather to India's cap. The women's cricket team etched its name in the history by clinching the country's first gold medal in the sport at the Asian Games. In fact, in a dazzling display of skill, the Indian women's cricket team achieved this feat by beating Sri Lanka by 19 runs in the final. While the win is special for India, an 18-year-old is being praised for her incredible performance in the final match. Tita Sadhu, in fact, she was included in the team as a surprise package, and my God, she has delivered. Now, the young pacer made most of the opportunity and picked not 1, not 2, but 3 wickets and is all set to fill in big shoes. She made her debut for the Indian team in the final of the Asian Games 2023 against Sri Lanka. And an exceptional spell of 4 overs, she took 3 wickets, conceding just 6 runs. In fact, others who powered India to victory in the final at the Pinkfang cricket field was Smriti Mandhana, who top scored with 46, and Jemima Rodrigues, who made 42.
Really special feeling because we don't get the chance often to get a gold medal, especially in a stage like Asian Games, where the whole of Asia is competing, and to be representing India as an athlete and not just a cricketer is incredible. I'm grateful that I got the opportunity and I could.
लेकिन गोल्ड होता है हमने काफ़ी बार वर्ल्ड कप्स में या दूसरे टूर्नामेंट्स में पास में आके सेमीज में या फाइनल्स में हम लोग हमारा बेस्ट नहीं दे पाए, तो रियली हैप्पी कि आज हम लोगों ने हमारा बेस्ट दिया और गोल्ड में उसको कन्वर्ट करा।
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है क्योंकि हम सिर्फ गोल्ड के लिए मेहनत करते हैं, जीतने के लिए मेहनत करते हैं, वो हम जीते, बहुत खुशी है एंड बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत प्राउड फीलिंग है एंड थैंक्स टू इंडिया। आई थिंक ओलंपिक में आएगा तो हम उसमें भी अपना पूरा जान लगा देंगे और बस यही है, गोल्ड जीतेंगे।
बधाई देता हूं भारतीय महिला क्रिकेट टीम को, जिन्होंने न केवल जीत दर्ज की बल्कि भारत को गोल्ड भी जिताया है, और आशा है ये रुकने वाला नहीं है। अन्य खिलाड़ियों ने भी जो प्रयास चल रहे हैं, संभावनाएं ऐसी हैं कि बहुत अच्छा प्रदर्शन होगा, और मेरी ढेरों शुभकामनाएं खिलाड़ियों को।
Well, to take this conversation further, I'm being joined in by my guest, Harini Rana, sports expert, and Ranjan Sodhi, CWG silver medalist shooter. Thank you, both of you, for joining me here this evening and talking about something extremely interesting and special as well. Harini, let me come to you first. History, of course, has been made by the Indian women's cricket team to win this elusive Asian gold medal in cricket. It's been such a fabulous journey for them.
Absolutely, काफी historic था, and it's been a great journey. If you look at the Indian women's team last year, Commonwealth Games में काफी heartbreak रहा Indian team के लिए. But since then, the comeback that they've made, there has been a steady rise of women cricket, and like you mentioned, Tita's, the kind of performance that she's given, she was one of the star players for the Indian team at the Under-19 World Cup as well, which India won just before the Women's Premier League. So we've seen a steady rise of players coming through, and that is coming in because we've consistently been playing some good cricket. There have been many opportunities given to these players, and they have been making every opportunity count, especially at a big stage. And I think this kind of victory or getting a gold medal at the Asian Games will only boost the Indian team, because there's one hurdle which we are still to cross as the Indian women's team, which is to win the ICC coveted trophy. So that is pending. But I think when you look at the overall journey of these players, there has been an upward rise, and especially a huge contribution that has been made by the Women's Premier League, which happened in the season 1. So I think that is phenomenal, and it's showing in the results that we've had, and such a proud moment for all of us when we saw national anthem being played and the gold medal being handed over to the women's team. It's not happened before, and hopefully this is just first of many more medals that India wins at a multinational sport tournament.
Absolutely, Harini, which has also given many reasons for people like you and me to be smiling today as far as the performances are concerned. We'll get talking a little bit about the individual performances in a while. I'll come back to you on that one. But Ranjan, India's image as a cricket-obsessed nation is also slowly changing is what I would like to believe, which is, of course, a proud moment. And the win in shooting goes on to show how India is becoming a multi-sporting country.
Well, when you talk about cricket, had they lost, I would have been surprised. I'm not surprised or shocked that they won. They ought to win, especially in Asia and, with the kind of facilities they have, everything, they ought to win. As far as shooting is concerned, to beat China, 10 meter and shooting a world record for 3 boys today, what they did, it's phenomenal. China is one of the strongest team in the world. Probably, you go to the Olympics, these guys win all the medals there. At times, the two of them standing on the podium. So to beat them on their home ground with a world record, it's phenomenal what they did today. So that's actually icing on the cake, and it doesn't get bigger than this, believe you me.
Absolutely. We'll, of course, get talking about the technical aspect of that as well, Ranjan. But Harini, coming back to you, which you did mention about heartbreaks, especially for the Indian women's cricket team. This win is actually going to go a long way in lifting the spirits of that entire team, because we've seen them, on multiple occasions come so close yet so far. But looks like this time around they managed to cross the finishing line.
Absolutely, but I think as Ranjan mentioned, right, this is the Asian Games that we're talking about, and India by far seems to be one of the strongest contenders in that list of teams that were participating in the Asian Games. So that is one edge that India had. But however, what I think is this victory is extremely important because the stage and the platform that it has come on, because Asian Games, it's a platform where everybody is sort of watching, your performances are getting noticed. I think this will also contribute in giving them the confidence that when the World Cup comes in and when the opportunity comes to perform at a world stage, the Indian players can take in a lot of confidence because I think what we've seen in the previous World Cups when India has come close, it's not been about the skill, but it's about handling the pressure and handling the nerves. So that's where we've sort of, in those crunch moments, let the game draw away from us, especially in the World Cups. But with the more matches, that was one of the reasons that everybody kept saying that, we need more matches for our girls to play so that they are able to cope with the pressure. And with the kind of performances they've been seeing, and there has been an upward rise. And I am very sort of positive and upbeat about how they will be able to take this confidence from from tournaments like this and utilize that when it comes to be performing at a world stage.
Absolutely, just getting momentum as far as this win is concerned. But speaking about performances, Ranjan, in the world of shooting as well, like you mentioned, so many young faces making the country proud, making the best of this chance at such a great platform. But when you look back as well as to how the world of shooting has also evolved?
Well, when I won my first individual gold medal in China itself in Hangzhou 2010, I remember the kind of facilities we had. It was nothing as compared to what the youngsters have today. And thanks to the government, thanks to the federation, everybody has worked together for one reason, so that they can see the tricolor flying high on a foreign land. And I see that coming true today. And this is just the second day of the games, and I'm sure they're going to do well. And all I can say is it's the whole country and people have realized the importance of sports, which they never realized. They always thought that, it was just a hobby, that people just want to go and, for leisure and just, take some time off from the, regular stuff. But today, I feel that, India is becoming a country which empowers sport and promotes sport. So, which is great to know and great to understand.
All right, Ranjan, taking a cue from what you just said, that sport was never considered as a lucrative career, but these wins, of course, not only brings laurels to the country, but also shows how it is slowly changing things. Harini, would you want to share your perspective on the same?
I think
Well,
absolutely.
like you just
Sorry.
go ahead, please. Yeah, please.
What Ranjan said is absolutely, when he was sort of participating in the Commonwealth Games and he's been there, done that, and he knows the kind of challenges that they faced early on. Things might be smoother now, but I think what is important is we also know that the national education policy is changing, where it's clearly stated that sports needs to be given its due importance. Because I think if India needs to change the sporting approach from the Indians, I think it needs to be more of a cultural change that needs to take place, and it needs to take place and be inculcated since your childhood. If you look at countries like China, which are dominating the world stage at Olympics, they do it from very early stages. So I think from grassroots up is something that needs to be tapped in, and that's the way that we need to move forward, and hopefully everything gains momentum step by step, because also not to forget we're a country of large population, so things need to be implemented and it does take time, but I do believe that the change is happening and the transformation is slow, but it's definitely showing.
All right, on that positive note, Harini, want to thank you as well as Ranjan for joining me here on this special. Appreciate your time and your inputs, and of course, many reasons for us to be proud today. We leave the conversation at that. We're shifting our focus